What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel. Today I am going to be making some sorrel cake for Christmas. Yes, sorrel cake, and this is part 2 because I already made the sorrel puree. You can check out that video on my channel. I'll leave the link for the sorrel puree in the description box below, and you can also find it here. So check out the link for the sorrel puree, and we're gonna start with our sorrel cake. So I'm gonna leave also the recipe in the description box below, so do not worry. Okay, so just follow the video for the process. So here I have my butter and my sugar. Make sure everything is at room temperature. Okay, very important. And I'm using unsalted butter, and I'm using dark brown soft sugar. Make sure your sugar is soft, the soft dark brown sugar. Okay, all right. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start beating my butter in my mixer. You can use a hand mixer if you don't have a counter mixer. And the old time days, they used to use a wooden spoon, but lord, it take time. So let's start beating our butter, and then we're gonna add our sugar. So the first thing to beat the butter, whip up the butter. Okay. Okay, so I'm using 2 pounds of butter, but as I said, I'm going to leave the recipe in the description box, so don't worry about it. So you want to stop and scrape down the side of your bowl, and then you can start again. Okay, so every now and then I stop and scrape the sides of your bowl. So now that our butter is nice and soft, we're going to add our sugar, and I'm using 2 pounds of sugar. Actually 1 kg, it is about 2.2 pounds, because this is sorrel cake and the sorrel is a little bit tangy, so the sugar, the sweetness will balance out that flavor. So I've added the sugar, and now we're going to start beating this again. You want to stop and scrape the sides of your bowl. Do this about 2 or 3 times. Okay. All right, so when it's nice and creamy like this, we're going to stop beating, and we're going to set this aside, and we're going to prepare our dry ingredients. All right. Okay, so here I have my 2 pounds of flour, and I am sifting my flour. Yes, don't be lazy, sift your flour. So we're gonna add our spices now, our cinnamon powder, our allspice, and our nutmeg. And we're gonna sift that also. We're also going to be adding our baking powder. So I've added a tablespoon of ground cinnamon, a tablespoon of nutmeg, and also I've added half tablespoon of allspice. The allspice is a little bit strong, so you don't want to add too much. So I'm going to add 9 tablespoons of baking powder now. Okay. All right, so I've added the baking powder. Now I'm going to add just like 1 teaspoon of salt. You can add 1 to 2 teaspoons, but you know, try keeping off the salt. And then we're just gonna sieve this through. So that's it for our dry ingredients. After you finish sieving, then you are going to combine this. Make sure you sieve. See, this is the reason why you want to sieve. Okay, and then you're going to just combine it and set it aside, and then we're going to prepare the wet ingredients. So for the wet ingredients, we have our fruits that we've blended, and it's mixed fruit peel with cherries and some raisins, and we have our sorrel puree. We're gonna add rose water, almond essence, and vanilla. Okay, so now we transfer to a bigger container. I'm just using my big pot here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add our eggs, and we're gonna add these gradually, 1 at a time or 2 at a time. Okay, so what I do, I just crack them and put them in this cup. It's easier for me to pour out. And now you have to take out your hand mixer. So we're gonna start mixing. So after you combine the eggs, we're going to combine 24 eggs. So after you combine the 24 eggs, just combine them. I don't want to overbeat, okay? One at a time. All right, goodies, now that all the eggs are combined, we are going to be adding our fruits or blended fruits and our sorrel puree. We're going to add our vanilla, our rose water, and our almond essence. Okay, my goodies, so here I have two cups of my blended fruits. So I'm adding that. I'm actually adding about 4 cups of the blended fruits, and then we're going to be adding our sorrel puree. All right, so now I'm going to add my vanilla and my almond essence. So I'm just gonna be adding them, and then I'm going to use my mixer to mix everything in. But after that, we're gonna combine the dry ingredients, and we do not want to use the mixer at that point. We're gonna need our wooden spoon. Okay, so now we're gonna start blending again. Mixing everything, add the vanilla and everything. I added like 2 tablespoons of the almond essence, 2 tablespoons of the rose water, and 4 tablespoons of the vanilla essence. Okay, so I did not add my sorrel puree as yet. I'm adding that last because I want to see the consistency after I've added our dry ingredients. So I'm going to add the dry ingredients now. I'm going to add it gradually and fold it in. So little by little. Just want to fold this in. Don't over mix. Just as it is combined, then you add some more. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this off camera. Okay, so now that we have added our dry ingredients, we're going to add our sorrel puree, and I'm adding 2 cups first and combine this. Then I'm going to taste it, look at the color, and see if I need to add any more. Okay, so I'm going to combine this off camera. So I don't like the color and I wanted some more sorrel taste, so I added 2 more cups of my sorrel puree. So let's combine this off camera. All right, so I love the color and I love the taste and the consistency. If you want this to be bright red, then you have to add food coloring to it, because if you add too much puree, it's gonna be too tangy. So if you want it nice and bright and red, you have to add some red food gel coloring. But I'm not going to be adding any food coloring to this sorrel cake. So what we're going to do now, we have our oven preheating at 340 degrees. We're going to just put these in our baking pan and we're going to bake them. All right, goodies, so as you can see, I have them here in my baking tin, and I'm just going to pop them into the oven now. Okay, so stay tuned for the final result. I love how they're looking already. Okay, my goodies, so this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Actually, it's already cooled down. This is the next day. Totally forgot to show you when I was taking it out of the tin. But as soon as you remove it from the oven, you want to soak this with some wine, some red wine, some kosher wine. And you remember that sorrel that I had left over? So that juice from the sorrel, mix it with some red wine, and you need to soak your fruits. And I'm sending this off to someone, so this is the reason why I have it packaged like this. So if you love the recipe, let me know, goodies. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you will be trying my sorrel recipe. And if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. All right, until next time, walk good and have a Merry Christmas.